If you're in the tech world, or even just watching it, you know that 2025 has been an absolute bloodbath for layoffs. I mean, the headlines are just relentless. But what's really happening behind all these numbers? Let's get into it and, more importantly, figure out how you can navigate this massive shift.
First off, let's just wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this. 500. That's not just some random number. Based on data from over 400 tech companies, we're talking the big ones, Google, Microsoft, Meta, an average of 500 tech workers have been losing their jobs every single day this year. This is a huge industry-wide earthquake. So what's causing it?
The easy answer, right? The one everyone's talking about, is that AI is just here to take all the jobs. But you know what? Blaming it all on AI, well, that's kind of missing the forest for the trees. The truth is a lot more complicated, and honestly, way more interesting.
In reality, these layoffs aren't because of one single thing. It's more like a perfect storm, where a few massive forces are all converging at the exact same time. Let's break down the three big elements of this storm.
Okay, first up, there's the big picture stuff, the global economy. You've got geopolitical conflicts, trade issues, and just a really slow, sluggish recovery going on. That has put a serious damper on market demand, and it's putting immense pressure on companies. A lot of them are being forced to cut staff just to keep the lights on. It's a tough environment out there for everybody.
So element number 2, in response to that tough environment, companies are getting strategic about lightening their load. Tech giants are restructuring like crazy to cut costs and get more efficient. And they're not just trimming a little fat, they are axing entire unprofitable business lines. This is a full-on strategic retreat to focus only on what is absolutely essential for survival.
And this is where AI comes in. Think of AI as a powerful engine upgrade for the whole operation. You've got AI models and automation that are just flat out replacing a lot of those repetitive foundational jobs. And since AI tools make every single employee way more productive, companies just don't need as many people to get the same amount of work done. So AI isn't the storm itself, but man, it is the supercharger that's making the whole thing move a lot faster.
Okay, this brings us to the absolute heart of the matter. This isn't just about jobs disappearing. What we're really seeing is a great reshuffle of skills. The very definition of what it means to be a programmer or a tech professional is changing right in front of us.
Here's a good way to think about it. In the past, a great programmer was kind of like a master mason, valued for their skill at laying individual bricks or, writing perfect lines of code over and over. But today, AI can lay those bricks faster and more accurately than any human ever could. So the value is shifting. The new role, the valuable role, is the architect, the person who designs the entire building, who actually solves the client's problem, who figures out the big picture strategy. It's not about just implementing anymore, it's about vision and design.
So which jobs are most at risk? Well, they fall into what the source material calls the decay zone. These are jobs that are all about high repetition and fixed patterns. Pure code implementation, routine testing. Basically any job where you're just executing on a design someone else came up with. These are the exact tasks AI is incredible at, which means these roles are becoming obsolete fast.
But, and this is a huge but, for every area that's decaying, new areas are growing like crazy. Demand is absolutely exploding for totally new kinds of jobs. LinkedIn's data shows huge growth for roles like AI system architects, prompt engineers, data strategists, AI ethics experts. These are what you might call fusion roles, combining deep technical skills with high-level strategic thinking. Exactly what the architect does.
Okay, so that's the new landscape. Now for the most important question, what do you actually do about it? How do you adapt? It's time to talk about your new survival kit, about building your own personal moat, that defensive barrier of skills that's going to make you indispensable in this new world.
All right, here are 3 concrete things you can do. 1. Target AI's weaknesses. Right now, AI really struggles with complex systems, things like architecture, scalability, and security. Why? Because that stuff requires abstract, big-picture thinking about how everything connects. AI isn't there yet, so master that. 2. Build your business moat. An engineer who really deeply gets the unique business logic of their company is basically irreplaceable by an AI. That specific domain knowledge is now way more valuable than just pure coding skill. And 3rd, make prompting your second language. Seriously, learning to talk to AI effectively isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's how you unlock its power.
This quote from the source material it nails it. It really says everything. Your value isn't in the how anymore. AI can handle the how. Your value is now entirely in the what and the why.
What is the actual problem we are trying to solve here? And why is this the absolute best way to solve it?
So let's shift our thinking here for a minute. This whole thing isn't just about survival and doom and gloom. It's actually a new frontier, and it's filled with opportunity. AI isn't just a threat. It's an unbelievable force multiplier that's creating entirely new ways for us to work and build things. One of the most exciting things to come out of this is what's being called the one-person enterprise. Think about it. Because AI makes development so much cheaper and faster, one single person can now build and launch something that used to require a huge team and a ton of investment. It's the ultimate equalizer.
So how does that actually work? Well, you leverage what this quote calls products with no marginal cost of replication. That's a fancy way of saying digital stuff. Things like ebooks, software, online courses, media. You use AI to help you create the first copy, and then you can sell it or distribute it 1,000,000 times for basically zero extra cost. Imagine a solo developer building a complex app that used to take a team of 10. That's the new reality.
You know, the source material uses this really great word to describe this moment we're in. Miwu. It means a dense fog. The old paths we used to follow are fading away, and the new ones? Well, they're not totally clear yet. It's an uncertain time for sure. But somewhere inside that fog is a ton of opportunity. So the real question for all of us is, how are you going to navigate it? How will you find your path forward?